Ladies and gentlemen, this is the winners bracket semifinals of OpTic Gaming taking on T1, your boys Trident, the Daughters. And this, of course, is the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. This is a humongous matchup. The winner of this will solidify themselves in the top 3, which is a humongous chunk of change, and they remain in the winners bracket.
Yeah, they do indeed. Obviously, they'll be playing again tomorrow then at that situation. And both teams are very pumped to take this one out. They both want to continue on with their wins. No one wants to get into that losers bracket because then, of course, you have to fight, and you've got to keep on fighting until you get back into that grand final.
Yeah, it's true, man. This is a wild day. I mean, we've seen complete upsets. TK is completely out of the tournament. Xfinity is all taken out as well. But right now, the big story here is OpTic Gaming. OpTic Gaming in pool play, they lose 3-0 to Epsilon. And everyone's like, oh, man, what just happened? Then what happens? They get matched up versus TK. And then everyone's like, okay, well, at least, you know, the randomized bracket, it wasn't a conspiracy at all. OpTic Gaming has had an incredibly hard road to get here. They 3-0 TK. They beat the U.S. finalists in SB. And now it is time to see how they match up for the Aussies. Bio, you got to be happy to see your crew here in the semifinals, defeating everyone's basically predictions.
I mean, I'm honestly ecstatic. I'm as pumped as these guys. When I was watching them down there before on the Charlie stream, I was behind them, you know. I was actually shaking each round that they played in that S&D. I was more pumped than they were, you know. I was so excited and I was so frightened that they were about to lose. But the first map in this best out of 5 series, of course, will be Strike Zone. For those that don't know, it goes Domination, S&D Blitz, Domination, S&D. Yeah,
and Strike Zone is definitely one of OpTic Gaming's best maps. I don't believe they've lost it this event yet. Most teams are supposed to veto it versus them because, you know, they're so dominant on it. But we've yet to see it get vetoed again. So we're going to see OpTic Gaming taking on T1 Daughters. And let's see how they break this off. We are jumping on board with Scump right away.
Yeah, Scump and Nate going for that B area, and usually that's what you see from these guys. They do hit straight B, and hard and fast. Will Nate have a shotgun, though? No, he has the MTAR instead, but Chilean comes on in to get a nice little kill there as well to take a Nate shot. And these guys are looking for that flag for their first time around. And they had their home flag, of course, and here comes the B flag as well for them, giving them that 2-flag advantage now up against OpTic here. So Chilean just going to chill back here for a moment, doing much what his name says. Right now, in comes Scump, the nice little 2-piece there as Embos cleans up deads. 3 down for a moment. Chilean's to stay alive and defend here, and he does so nicely, challenging Embos head-to-head. But Scump down here at C, capping it away.
And this is absolutely huge for the members of OpTic. Right now, they have them trapped in B. They're not going to push up too much here. They just kind of want to leave them here. But as you can see on the mini-map, you saw T1 just kind of push for the A flag. Scump loses that battle, jumping on board with Embos, but that's exactly what you want to do. You want, as soon as you see them kind of push out of B and they hop on either A or C, you want to then go for B.
Yeah, you just want to keep that rotation happening. That way you're not stuck with just that one flag the whole time. You're keeping the other team guessing as well. Clayson now on our screens, looking about to head back to A here with Scump. But Scump gets picked up by Danzen. Damage both down there. Oh, and Clayson comes around. Nice little clean R5 shot there as well. He takes him down, but Chileans going on a nice little start here. 6-2 with 1 cap as well to his name. Currently the most kills in the game, less deaths as well. As he comes to come on back on that A capture, coming back towards B to help out the defensive side of things. Nate shot, Tinkle and Scumpy there. They won't be happy with that, but hopefully, of course, at this level, they do stay calm and collected enough just to keep their mind clear and make a play for a different flag.
Well, he's going to push up. He's going to be taken down, and here comes the OpTic assault. They have pushed right through the closet, and Embos is going to be taken down, jumping on board with Scump. He pushes in. He is in a world of trouble as there are so many members, but he wins a humongous battle. There's going to be another guy right around the corner. His teammate's going to clean him up, and a guy coming through the front bar. Down he goes. How is Nadeshot going to answer? Nadeshot's going to get taken out as well. So OpTic's push is now thwarted.
You go to the scoreline of 32-22. It's going to be a 10-point lead right now for the T1 squad, but still plenty of time for OpTic to answer back from that. 10 points isn't that much. Just so they a 2 down happening, a 3 down now from the OpTic squad. Of course, that is T1 up, and they're picking these guys off at their respawn back on out. So T1 set up here, as you said, you know, OpTic's meant to veto this against OpTic, but maybe T1 sort of felt that they're good enough against these guys on this map.
Well, I've officially seen it all since Damage is now running a AR on Strike Zone. That's something we don't really see much, but you know what? He's doing an excellent job with it. He's kind of positioned himself so he can just watch B and B only. And now OpTic, as you can look at your minimap, they're spawning in the pro shop. And it's a long route from C to A, but you know, they're all going to take it and they're all going to work as a unit to kind of hop on A. Let's see how Damage plays this.
Damage sees one's down there, can't pick up Clayson. Clayson's very beautiful drop to there with that MTAR to take him down. Of course, Nadeshot picking up 1, and we're over here with Nadeshot at the moment, currently 5-10. As to turn things up and heat up a little bit fast after here. 2 minutes left in the first half. It's about a 20-point lead right now for T1, but OpTic do have a second flag now, and if they can lock this little bit of a spore trap down here inside of B, they can maybe get a good lead at that point, because there is still 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Yeah, and they're playing this perfectly. I mean, Nadeshot's in a very, very powerful position, and that's why, because 9 times out of 10, as soon as you run out of bar, people won't check that because they're not anticipating it. So Nadeshot doing exactly what he needs to do to keep his team basically with this 2-cap, and that's a big battle.
That was a nice little exchange, and coming in on top there after you stop firing, re-firing again. You know, I do that so many times. You think the player's going to die, you stop firing, but they're still coming at you.
Yeah, and then there's a zombie, man.
Yeah, pretty much. So you see now, Clayster and Nadeshot both on a 3-kill streak at the moment, and Membo's on a 2. They're still keeping these guys locked inside of B. They're doing a very good job here to hold these guys at bay.
Oh, man.
T1 really can't make it out at the moment.
He's going to challenge it. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Will Nadeshot do it again? And he is on an absolute tear, and Nadeshot is just devouring everyone in front of him. Holy
piece after
God.
piece right there. 9-point streak to his name, 13-10 in that scoreline. The T1 guys have struggled to come out of this, and like I said, they are really looking to have that lead lost to them, 68-63. They were 20 points up at one stage. Now OpTic are about to take that lead.
Embo's now trying to patrol this A flag, wins a huge battle. There's going to be a guy coming behind him, misses the knife with a little bit of T-Rex arms. Clayster now trying to grab B, and now he is able to hop on B as they are going to lose A. But look at the lead just diminishing here. OpTic is in a very good spot going into side 2, but it's not over yet. There's still 30 seconds left as Clayster gets a 2-piece.
Oh, he does. It's the 3-cap domination happening right now against the T1 squad. OpTic really showing why they are so well known at domination here on Freight. T1 had a nice little lead at the start there, but once they got locked down in B and they could not get out, and Nadeshot with that massive streak he was going on,
dude,
really made that difference.
That was an impressive
You'll see here, they're picking up the C flag right at the end. Scump still 2-piece. We'll have them out. Embos as well. Set up the trophies to block any nades that might be coming on through, and the lead at the end of the first half will be in favour here of OpTic. Looks like they had a 10-point lead, so 82-72. So let's just remember that as well. At the same fact, the T1 boys are up by about 20 points there.
Yeah, 20 points.
And now they're down by 10. So it's a great work there by OpTic to bring that back into that lead back as well. But that said, if T1 can do it once, can they do it twice?
It's very possible. So really, I mean, what we should take from that game 1 here is exactly what OpTic did, right? Like, that was textbook setup. I mean, they had Scump rotating around the catwalk, just basically cutting off the closet. They had Embos basically sitting all the way back on C at the statue so he could help out Scump if Scump gets taken out. And Clayster then just is able to rotate, and that's what you want Clayster to do. You want Clayster to run around and just kill things, but my God, Nadeshot single-handedly kept them in B. I mean, he destroyed every single push, and that's what you want to see from a player like Nadeshot.
I mean, MTAR as well. It wasn't anything else going on there. It wasn't an R5 being thrown in. It wasn't a bulldog. Just that MTAR and just moving back and forth. You know, he had about 12 points. He had like a 9 or 10 point streak there for a little while, and it was just cleaning up any player that was coming out. And that's what really, like you said, locked down that B spawn trap to stop these guys. He kept going from kitchen back around to that bar exit, back to kitchen, back to bar exit, and just spinning back and forth, picking up the kills. But right now, there's still another half to come. Of course, domination is a 2-half game. 5 minutes on each.
It's insane.
And this is only game number 1.
Yeah, that was exciting stuff. And, you know, now we're going to see OpTic Gaming's going to have C flag, which is going to change a lot of things for them right off the break. We're going to see them have to push through Closet, which is a little bit of a longer route to get into B, or they may push through Pro Shop. Now, if you go through Pro Shop, it's like a 10 to 15 second route. So you got to be careful with that. And if, you know, T1 says any guy in the courtyard, I mean, they're coming through that small little door. They may just get dismantled. But side number 2 here, man. 10-point lead for OpTic. This is the winner's bracket semifinals of the Call of Duty World Championship presented by Xbox.
I also want to see if we just check in with Nadeshot here at the start of this one. He does seem to just have an MTAR out. I just want to see if he was going to run that bulldog, because sometimes I've seen him run that into that B area. But like you said, it'll be interesting if they do send someone in through a Pro Shop here straight after spawn. But I'm sort of thinking maybe T1 might send one in there just to try and catch these guys off guard, you know, to mix things up.
Well, we'll find out. Well, they are actually holding on to this one AR. And yeah, this is going to be the problem here. So the one thing that OpTic learned from playing SB is off the break, yeah, you can run a couple tacticals, but really, you know, once the game gets going, you just get rid of it all and you just run and gun and put as many bodies on the map as humanly possible. Yeah. And Nadeshot's going to go right through the kitchen. Oh, no, he's going to go front through the bar, and he's going to try to catch him with their pants down.
Nice work there by Nate. Picks up one, gets the second there as well. It's a 3 down for a moment from the T1. OpTic picking up those players close to the only one being dropped at that time. Embo's coming on in here with help with Nate shot as they pick up that flag. And right there, it's a 2-flag advantage to OpTic within the first 30 seconds here of the second half. Domination strike zone. Of course, they are up by that 10-point lead from the first half, but in come the T1 boys to try and answer back and clean house perhaps. The Clayso defending here at C behind statue, but Dens is they. Both coming on down there to really help out and just clear that area out as well.
Well, Den's now rocking an AR as well. I've done about seen everything. I've seen a team forfeit. I've seen OpTic come back from a 3-0 and then destroy everyone. I've seen TK get eliminated, and now I've seen an AR on strike zone.
Of course, by Den's and Damage. They are the 2 AR players from that T1 squad as well. And yes, you'll sort of see why, because obviously it's allowing them for that longer range shots, the longer deep cover protection, but also picking up these kills at different ranges. So that's why they want to go for. They're going to have someone up on bridge, I would assume, around that area, and obviously hanging up to the C stairs and just trying to do what OpTic did to them. They're not trying to spawn trap them in B, but they're just trying to keep these guys off A and C, and they seem to be doing that nicely at the moment. Yeah,
and OpTic Gaming just needs to really send a guy right down the catwalk, and that's exactly what they've done. They have a guy pushing into the courtyard. Eventually here, you're going to see it. He's coming down the stairs. He just won a big battle, and I think they're actually going to switch over, and they're going to go towards C. And I wonder how T1's going to respond. You have to think Dens is going to have to push back through Pro Shop.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, his teammate there with him as well. The double D combo, Dens and Damage, both kind of coming towards that C area, but A is still empty here, and it is going to be now the T1 squad in the lead here at the second half. Well, it is only +6. They need to get that +10. Nice shots being traded off there in the middle in that courtyard area. And still T1 just set up with this A and C. They're losing. However, shots going out. There's a player and a trophy down there as Scump picks up Damage. Nice shots.
And that's what we see from the MTAR from the Xbox One, man. On land, the MTAR can basically shoot with the Remington. It's pretty wild.
It can hold its own.
Which is just insane when you think about it, man. It's like, oh, it's a submachine.
At that range against an AR, yeah, it really is close. They're on a 3-point streak right now, so we'll switch over to him. He was the player who was actually down there with Scump as well to try and pick up that flag beforehand down there in the A to stop that 2-cap that was happening for so long. Now, OpTic do have 2 flags back in their hands. That A and B flag here, leaving the T1 only with C, but at the same time, you know, they are closing that gap, but T1 do have a 5-point lead still, so it's only a 5-point gap overall with OpTic in that lead.
Yeah, and this is a good play by Nadeshot, just basically hiding in bar, just kind of waiting for them to come to him.
Yeah.
He does have one player in here. He should be able to clean him up. This guy doesn't seem to be looking for him. That easy kill for them, and, you know, they have no need to go for a trip cap. They're just going to basically patrol B, have a guy around A who is going to be Scump. Scump's going to do A by himself, and everyone else is just going to lock down B. It's a great play here as Nadeshot cleans up yet another kill.
Yeah, they don't want to get in the same situation they were before where T1, well, they didn't spawn trap them in B. They still held A and C at a distance. They want to make sure these guys don't have the chance to do that, but here come the T1 guys rolling on through inside of that bar area. Membos is trying to come into clean house. Can't do it. That Damage right down the bottom there waiting for him. Here comes Dave from Izzy as well. They're still putting a time here as it is going to be T1 just behind them, 2 points down. OpTic with that lead for the time being. But at the same time, they are just going to have to try and get back to C and hold it down. Obviously, now it is T1 here with the 2-flag advantage, but Chilean's cleaning house down there with Scump as well. Nice
that's
shot.
A big kill.
And there's that MTAR you spoke about.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a huge kill. I mean, Chilean staying back on C so many times, you see players just gravitate away from it, and now he's able to lock it down. And look at this. He went for the sneaky route. He does have one player who's going to be against him, and the player's going to spot him, and now OpTic should be able to get B as well. And now Mbos is going to be holding down the top of A stairs. He does have a guy behind him. Down he goes. We're jumping on board with Clayster, who is now going to be holding A flag all by his little lonesome.
As he is, of course, but it is OpTic with that A and B combination here, so they do have the 2 flags up against T1 right now. The score is tight here in the second half. Remember, they are up by +10 overall, though.
Sneaky cat.
Losing out at the same time, though, but it's a good exchange, you know.
It's a good exchange.
Take one up. You're still going to get your points coming your way. You're still going to increase your lead now in the second half to add on from your first half lead. Shots are coming out every which way right now. It's a good little trade-off as well, I think, in regards to these kills. You know, if you look at that kill, if you look at that scoreboard, it's sort of even in regards to total kills, total deaths, I think. Like,
yeah, it really is. I mean, I would say the advantage almost has kind of gone to T1 in the slaying department, but really, I mean, OpTic Gaming's been hitting the rotations. That's going to do it here. OpTic's going to take game number 1 a lot closer than I kind of expected. Not to do a disservice to T1, but it's my first time I've actually seen them, and you know, the boys can keep up.
Obviously, you're not alone in that thought. You know, a lot of the guys didn't really think any of the Australian teams that came to really show up and, you know, play the way they have throughout this week, the last few days. So, obviously, you know, OpTic were aware what they were going up against. They thought, well, okay, guys, we can't just go in this way thinking we're going to take this out easily. Because these guys have gone up against some big names already and beaten them. So let's just make sure we come into this. And like you said, it wasn't going to be on strike zone, but 87 to 75 at the end of that first half. So overall, you know, It was a 10-point difference at the end of the first half. It was a 12-point difference at the end of the second
22
half.
total.
So really not that much overall on a map that you thought was very favored for the OpTic team.
That's a heavy OpTic map just because, OpTic runs and guns very, very well. And especially after the LAN versus SB, everyone kind of realized, like, okay, OpTic, a little bit shaky at U.S. finals, some would say, but then others would say, they really didn't take the 7th-8th match that serious because what was on the line for them, right? They just kind of they made it, it doesn't matter, and now they have showed up, they've guaranteed top 6, and now they are getting ready to go into search and destroy on the second map.
They are indeed. S&D on Warhawk is what they're about to go head-to-head on, and we're going to find out who will take out game number 2 in a best-of-5 series after this.